Good afternoon. You'll see this on Sunday morning, but it's Saturday afternoon here. Um, we thought we'd do it a little bit early. We got some sick folks that we need to mention. Betty Ann and Jackie, my cousins, keep them in your prayers. Kay Barrett, Benny Blair, Laura Powers, Emily Bolden Smith, Chip Robinson, Christy Rulin, and the family of Lois Gilly. She passed away last week. We need to keep those folks in your prayers. Also keep praying for my brother. All these folks have been sick, and some of them's got some pretty serious stuff going on. Please keep them in your prayers. Today, we're going to still hang in Proverbs. We got a few verses here that's in a couple of different places in the Bible, but we're going to do a few of them here. I found this this week. I was looking through some stuff, and I found a thing about some wise stuff here, and it's called "Don't Open Your Mouth." And boy, that's some powerful stuff right there. A lot of folks like to open their mouth, and sometimes they say some stuff that they don't need to be saying, and that's I'm guilty of that myself. Everybody's got a mouth and a tongue, and I think it kind of gets out of control every once in a while. So we got some verses here that we're going to go over, and maybe that'll help us all on some of this stuff. It says, "Don't open your mouth in the heat of anger." And we'll get that from Proverbs 14, verse 17. And that tells us, "He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated." He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly. Man, when you fly mad, boy, people do stuff that's not right. You know, they do it before they even think about it. And that's bad. You need to, I think I've heard it said, you know, you need to count to 10 when something makes you mad, and count to 10 and think about what's going on. And I think the older you get, maybe the more that comes into play. Maybe you got a little more patience than you used to did. When you don't have all the facts, and that's in Proverbs 18, verse 13. "He that answereth a matter before he hear it is folly and shame unto him." Man, I've known people that they'll hear a little bit of something about an issue or something, and they'll just go to spouting off, and come to find out they don't even know what they're talking about. They're just willing and ready to blast off on something, and that's kind of funny to watch that happen. But you got to know what's going on before you make your mind up on it. And it says, "He that answereth a matter before he heareth it is folly," and that's right. When you haven't verified the story. Now this one is in Deuteronomy 17, verse 6. "On the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses, a person is to be put to death, but no one is to be put to death on the testimony of only one witness." So you got to make sure you know the story before you do anything drastic, you know, and you gotta know what's going on. And it says, "Don't open your mouth if the words will be a poor reflection of the Lord or your friends and family." And we're going to go to Proverbs 26, verse 20. And "Where no word is, there's a fire goeth out. So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceaseth." So if you don't have anything to say, and the fire is going to go out, it's not going to have any fuel to build and build. You know, sometimes if you see 2 people arguing with each other, if just one of them would shut up, you know, it'd be a lot better. They can just go on about their business. And it takes 2 to fight. And so if you got if you take away the word, there is no fire. Fire goeth out. Okay? It says, don't open your mouth when you're tempted to joke about sin. And that's in Proverbs 14, verse 19. It says, fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor. So we know that sin is nothing to joke about. You know, when sin is a very serious thing, it can send a soul to hell. We don't joke about sin. If it's bad, if it's sin, don't do that. There's no joke about sin. It's serious business. So, and the last one we'll have here, and we'll probably have some more of these next week. So the last one is when you would be ashamed of your words later. That's in Psalm. I keep on saying Psalms. It's in Proverbs 8, 7 and 8. It says, for my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. And that's, so we've got to keep our speech the way we got to keep it from wickedness. We don't want anything that's going to be bad. You know, and I don't know if you can say this, but I sure can. I've said a lot of stuff that I wish I hadn't said sometime. And especially, I think y'all know one thing that we had on here a couple of weeks ago. Don't tell your wife to go to your mother's house so she can learn how to make meatloaf. Don't do that. Don't say stuff that is going to come to haunt you later on. I was sitting in a courtroom one time on a jury, and old judge up there, he was a very wise individual. I would have loved to sit him down somewhere sometime and just talk to him, because he seemed like a very smart man. And we had seen some evidence that we wasn't supposed to see, and that's he said he was going to have to dismiss us. He was going to have to get a whole brand new jury in there, because we had already seen some evidence that wasn't supposed to. And he said, and I agree with this, he said it's like getting too much toothpaste out. You can't put it back in. And saying a word, saying something bad to somebody, something that you're going to regret, something like that, you can't get it back in the toothpaste tube. It won't go. You can't get that words back. They're gone. They're gone forever, and you've hurt that person's feeling, and you don't want to do that. Think before you speak. It's all, that tongue is a terrible animal. It'll set the world on fire. But that's my lesson for today. I do have one more thing I'd like to talk to you about, and seen this morning. Pam was showing it to me. I think she had it on her Facebook page, and it was a church up in Canada. They had come in, and I'm not really knowing all the circumstances. I meant to look that up, but I think it was because of COVID issues. They were coming in and hey buddy, they were coming in and shutting that church up and running. They brought all the members out, and they changed the locks on that church, and those folks were in there. And I've got to tell you, the preacher, I'm telling you, man, he handled that about as good as anybody could. He was praying for those police officers that had to come in there and do that. He didn't hold anything against them, but I'm telling you, we need to watch our laws in our country. We need to watch who we vote for, because I feel like that's probably not too far behind in our country right here. I think they're going to shut us down. I think they're going to, some of these days, they're going to shut us down, and they're going to say it's hate speech. They don't want us to preach the Bible, and I'm afraid that's going to happen quicker than we realize. And it's just like that preacher, and he was in Canada. I think I mentioned that. He said that he had told folks to be aware of that was coming, and sure enough, it did. So we need to watch who we're putting into office, because we got a bunch in there that I think would be very happy with not having free speech. We got a whole lot of that right now. and being able to preach the Bible is very important, because if we can't do that, we're going to be in trouble. Keep that in mind. Hey, pray for everybody. Pray for the sick. Pray for those who have lost loved ones. Pray for your military men and women, first responders, nurses, doctors, folks in the hospital, nursing homes, wherever they may be. And man, I tell you what, just hang in there. And thank you for watching. God bless. See you next time.